Welcome to Spoofers, the podcast where we talk about random things.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the episode of Spoofs Lounge. I'm your host, Michael Colaluca, and I have a really cool guest today. Known this young lady for a very long time. She's doing some really neat stuff in Nashville. And however, this is going to be her story to tell. So I'm going to introduce to you guys the beautiful, super fun, and yet super thug Kendall Colaluca. Kendall, welcome to the show.
That was a great introduction. Big Mike, thank you for having me. I am honored to be, hopefully, I think, the first family member on the podcast. And what an honor. I'm so excited.
The honor is all mine. I was like, whenever I actually started out doing this show, I was like, man, I got to have a co-host. And honestly, Kendall was honestly, way up there on the list. But I mean, you just like live all the way on the other side of the country. So it's like, hey, if we end up having like a co-host type thing, you have to like dial in like what you're doing today, just so I could have someone on the passenger side, or we can still do it. Don't think it can't happen.
It's happening. We're doing it right.
It is. And I mean, and if this is the only time, okay, I'm not going to say that. You are going to be on this show, obviously, more than once. This is just Kendall's first
My
time to be on the show.
My debut here today. You had talked about doing it for a while, and I honestly never thought that you were being serious. And then you posted about it, and I was like, oh, he's doing it. And I was like, okay, yeah, we got to get on.
That's another one of my, like, I guess you could say drunken ramblings, It's like, I'm going to do a podcast. This stuff looks easy. It is not easy, by the way, but yes.
Can't imagine. Yeah, the editing behind it, no thank you.
It takes a lot of work. It takes a whole lot of work.
I bet it does,
But
but here we are.
we kind of go here, like, let's hit a couple topics and stuff here, because I know, like, you lived in several different parts of the country.
I have.
And, you went to, obviously, you grew up here in Dallas. You went to school at the University of Miami.
I did.
And then now you are in the beautiful state of Tennessee up in Nashville. And I would have to ask, where is your favorite place to be?
In the world, or would you say like in the places that I've lived in so far?
Oh, okay. We're gonna start off with places you've been so far. Then we can probably we can touch the world after that.
Okay. I think for me, Dallas will always be home. I think going to different places has been good for me. There's a lot to see out in the world that I think Dallas especially is such a bubble. But I mean, everyone's there. Like you're there, the whole family's pretty much there. And out here, I got friends, but you don't have a whole lot of family out here. So that has always been it for me.
Sure, it does hit different, even though you can be next to your friends, like family. You can love them or hate them, and
Oh, yeah.
as much as you love and hate certain family members, you still feel like you have to be next to them.
We have a whole lot of that in our family.
That's the say the least. Absolutely. But like, okay, so you've been to these different parts of the country. Like, how do you see when you go and you live in Miami? Also, do you feel that the people in Miami compared to Nashville, is it just like a totally different type of person?
Um, I don't think I can highlight enough how different the people in Miami are than like honestly anywhere in the US. It's not even like it's in the US. We're in a different country, a different planet. The things that come out in Miami, I've never seen. And like I live in Nashville now, but the things that happen in Miami that you witness with your eyes is just like, okay, but we're doing that today. And
Right.
I don't know where these people come from, but they find their way to Miami and they let it all out, physically and metaphorically.
Would you say is it kind of like a no holds barred, don't give a fuck, like New Orleans type stuff in Miami?
No, they care. They just like the city cares, but the people don't. They're like, "Oh, I'm in Miami." I'm like, "It's not that cool." But okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Like
okay, I can get what you're saying there.
people will rent a car and drive down the beach and just have those like money guns and they're just shooting money out of the car. And I don't get it.
See,
Well,
the thing about it is that you should get it, and you should be go getting that money. It's like, hey, hashtag rise and grind. I think as kids say these days, and you go get it.
you can see me behind them with one of those, like, street cleaner cars just walking.
So you'll really see that. You'll see people just going down the car or going down the street, and it's actually real money they're shooting at it with these
Real
guns.
money. Real money.
Wow,
It's crazy
dang,
place.
that's on a level that I don't think I'll ever be on.
No, maybe we should go. We should become street cleaners in Miami.
You know what? I mean, I don't see why not. I'm sure the city of Miami pays pretty decent. I mean, you can heck, why you could even have a side gig, do what you're doing now, and I can just run the sweeper the whole time. It can be like a 2 for 1. I wouldn't oppose that at all.
2 for 1.
Yeah, I can go for that. But
But
I will say probably the most wild thing, probably the most whenever I go, I've been various places of the country, and I'll probably say the most wild place I've probably ever been to is New Orleans.
yeah, I think New Orleans is just it's such a party town that I think everyone really lets loose, but there's also some like, New Orleans has some culture and some cool stuff about it and great food, whereas I feel like Miami is just it's so flashy, and so everyone goes there to tell everyone that they're in Miami.
I can see that. But like New Orleans, I mean, you actually have the town of New Orleans, but then you have all the swamp and the swamp people on the outskirts, and it's just like it's just I don't know. I really enjoy New Orleans, but at the same time, like I could never live there.
Yeah.
But man, is it like you literally? It's crazy how like from Dallas, it's an 8 hour drive, and you're in a totally different world.
Yes. Yes.
Obviously, Miami is a little further than from Dallas than,
Mhm.
but I guess you had kind of have almost like a Vegas type vibe. I guess you could say.
Yeah, I haven't been to Vegas, so I don't know if I could say really for sure, but I would assume pretty similar that people just really don't know how to behave. But I honestly think people just don't know how to behave in general anymore outside. Um, that's something that I walk out on the street and it's just like a normal Sunday. Why are you acting like that? Why are we wearing pajamas and it's like 4 o'clock on a weekday? I don't get it what people do with their lives
I
now.
can see that also on Broadway in Nashville as well.
It's so bad. This week, I don't know what happened. I don't know if the sewage line is broken, but it sounds like you just walked into the waste department.
Ugh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's really rough.
that's it's bad because like Nashville is actually a very pretty city.
It is when you get outside of it, but it's going someplace, and I'm not
It's
like
going in a direction.
it's going in
Yes,
a direction, don't know which way yet, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay. I know when we went there, we went for oh gosh, I'm gonna probably say it's wrong, but it was Robin's 30th birthday, so that was a few years, okay, a lot of years ago, and it was actually we walk around like, "Hey, this place is so clean compared to like how we normally go party in New Orleans," and we're like, "This is so much cleaner. No, there's no green water coming from the streets."
Yeah, I think it's really shifted. I hear a bunch of people that said like, "Oh, I've been to Nashville like a couple years ago." I'm like, "It's not the same that you went and saw." Um, like we talked about a little earlier was it's, what's the word? Bridesmaids? Bridal party
Y
central. That's where
yes.
everyone comes.
Yeah. It
Bachelorette.
is the number 2 bachelorette destination in the United States.
It is, and you see them.
Oh, I know whenever we went, the only thing we saw was pink everywhere.
There's a lot of
It
pink.
was
There's a lot of they love to coordinate their outfits per days. So sometimes we'll get some animal print. We get a lot of denim girls. They're all dressed in denim except the bride's in white. We see that a lot. We also have party buses that go up and down Broadway. So that's always a show.
okay. Oh, you also got the sprocket rockets. Remember, you get on the little thing, you see everybody bicycling?
Oh yeah, Pedal Tavern. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's what they're called. Yes. I thought okay.
What?
They have the thing called a sprocket rocket, but yes.
I've never heard that term, but I like that better than Pedal Tavern.
Okay. And we did it but actually we did that same thing whenever we were in Nashville, and it was oh my you know what? That might be a whole different podcast on that one because I don't think we can fit that all into an hour and a half segment
No,
because
we can't.
man, that was a yes.
Yeah.
And I want to say that might have been the beginnings of Dirty Rob, but that's whole nother that like I said, that's a whole nother podcast. That's gonna be when you come back next time.
Okay, we'll talk about the beginning of Dirty Rob.
The you know, we might even have to have her on for that one. We can do like you know, she can be the side guest, you can be the co-host, and she can be the
Perfect.
guest, and we can go from there.
Perfect.
I think that'd be great. Yes. Give her a chance to explain her side of the story for a change.
Exactly.
Because yes. But
Everyone is just hearing it from one side and it's yours, so she's gotta speak for herself.
I will agree with that. I mean, you have to have some kind of input of like, "Hey, let me talk to you about my alternate personality out of that just shows up out of nowhere sometimes."
Yeah, it's
So,
name.
going on that, nicknames.
Nicknames.
You
Yes.
have probably the coolest nickname that has been bestowed upon you that
Yes.
anybody could think of. I mean, you're now officially known as Big K.
Big K. Um,
Yes.
I don't know
As even though, like,
that.
it doesn't like, I'll say, like, obviously, you're I'm gonna say you're definitely not big.
I'm not a large person, no.
no, you are not a large person by any means. You're very in shape, very slim, you are a very cute young lady,
Thank
but
you.
when you see a name like Big K, you're like, "Whoa, this woman's coming in, she's packing the heat," like,
Coming in hot. Yeah,
coming in hot, but you're just a thug, You're like, "Hey, I'm Big K," and that's like a commanding presence, It isn't like a poke of fun or anything, it's just a commanding presence.
I've been called a lot of things in my young years, but never thug. That's a new one for me, and I take it.
Is it now?
Yeah.
I mean, I can definitely see you getting up and ready to, like, squab at someone that goes like, "Hey, who is this chick right here?" Be like, "Oh, no, 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 I'm Big K. You need to back up, take a lesson right here." I can see that.
You and my brother Nicholas are the only people that call me that, but his has slowly changed to Special K. So I got those 2 are my top ones right now of actual
Big
nicknames.
K and Special K. Okay.
Big K and Special K.
I mean, then obviously we have Robin as Little Rob,
Lil Rob?
but and then you also got, then she also got the super nickname of Dirty Rob,
Yes.
you know, thanks to Nicholas, and it's just funny, just like you see a name like Big K, you think of a 7 foot tall Amazonian woman, which is not the case at your point. And then when you see a name like, or hear a name like, oh man, here comes Dirty Rob, and you're thinking, okay, here comes this very large male that probably has a white wife beater on that is the color brown because he looks like a lake bottom. And
A
you
lake
see
bot.
Robin. Yeah, he looks like a lake bottom, like you definitely probably seen it before, especially being outside of Nashville. You see these people with these, you got the white wife beater on, and you're like, dude, that thing has been watching so long, it is the color of lake bottom.
Lake bot.
And they have that smell, you know the smell I'm talking about. You're just like,
I know.
brother,
Yeah.
you're dirty, man. Like you're not even dirty, you're crusty.
Yeah.
You
Swamp.
know, you know, yeah, you're like, oh man, yeah. Ugh, I'm already, yeah, it's pungent on the nostrils right now. Ugh. All right. But I'll say, obviously, you're younger. You're the
Yes.
Gen Z. You're kind of like, wow, look at all these Gen Z people showing up. Don't ever see y'all in the workplace or anything. But y'all,
Yes.
besides the cool places like what you do. But do y'all even I don't. I've never had like. Let me back this up some. Whenever I was going to school, it's like every single person had a nickname. Like,
Yeah.
and also, I went to school. I was in South Dallas, but every single person had a nickname.
Yeah.
Now, you younger fellers, y'all don't do y'all even have nicknames besides like what an older person gives y'all?
Um, Not like the nicknames that, like, you have for people and you guys kind of have now. Like, I feel like there's a couple ones that, like, will come and go, but nothing that really ever has stuck. So I feel like no, which is kind of lame.
That if that's the case, then that is actually very lame.
But I also will say that I feel like people in my generation and younger, they all have whack ass names now. So
I
how
mean, when you get a lot of
mm,
Caden and Jaden and Braden and well, if it
mhm.
has an N, it's gonna have it.
Yeah.
I will say we do have a relative, and his name is Peyton, and that he like started it all before all that though, because he's like, yeah, he started before that,
He did. He was one of the s
so he got a pass. But also kind of going on that, like, so nicknames, like I know this one fella that gave himself a nickname,
mm,
and
no.
you can't see. I was kind of thinking like, I don't think you can really do that. Like, I think you have
No,
to be like, when you get a nickname, like you have to own that nickname. Like you can't just like let it all unless it's something like obviously offensive or something like that. Okay, yeah, I'd be like, okay, yeah, you can just you get hosed there, buddy. But like if you give yourself a nickname,
no. You don't get a choice.
yeah, you're
No.
you're trying too hard now, right?
Yeah. I don't love Big K. Don't love that it makes me seem like a huge woman, but, you know, you have
But
to rock.
and like if you don't know, obviously obviously for everybody who knows Kendall has met Kendall with the name of Big K, you're like, what in the hell? I actually get the name Big K. You're like, this is a little different, But no, it's kind of it's always kind of like her big personality is what I guess you could say.
Okay. Well, it's the same with
That
Drip Rob, if you've
that
met
is definitely very true. The personality matches it to the T.
yeah.
You know, because like especially with her, you have the hey, we're going to have a very nice crawdad boil at the house, and
Mhm.
everything is great. And she has the pretty robe on, and she's like, hey, we're doing this and this and this and this. I'm making charcuterie boards. You got Robin, and
Yeah.
then it slowly progresses to Dirty Rob.
It's a slow progression, but also, like, a quick switch.
Yeah. Oh, it's like I'm gonna say if you look at a graph chart, you kind of like see it like really, really mellow, and then all of a sudden, that dude just turns like a 90-degree peak, and brother, that thing is going straight up, and you're just along for the ride.
Yeah, you can't do anything. You just gotta be there.
Man, yes. Oh, God bless her soul. Okay, so going back on to Nashville here.
Yes.
All right, so with it being a number two bachelorette, dude, is the only thing that you hear all day long is girls just want to have fun, and I just want to be with someone who loves me. And I could probably rehearse that whole song because I've heard enough of them. But is that just like something that's just like permanently embedded in your brain, or is it just like, hey, I'm going to go to every single different, being in marketing and on Broadway? Do you just go to different ones and be like, okay, they start getting this too rowdy. We're just going to go here to listen to country music number 8 over here.
So I feel like especially with the party buses and the bachelorette parties, you think you'd hear a lot of that, but you really hear a whole lot of Waka Flocka. That's a big one. A lot of Drake. We got asses up in the party bus. We're on our hands, not our feet. So yeah, not as much, sob music as you would hear. Not
Okay.
not as girly as you probably were thinking when we get the drinks pouring a little heavy. We get a little rowdy in there.
Cash Money Records, 99. I hear you.
Exactly. So it's a little bit different, you know? They let it all out. All
Okay. I guess I can cut. I know whenever we were in Fredericksburg not too long ago, there was a karaoke bar, and only thing you go by, you see nothing but pink, and oh my god, the only thing you hear is girls just wanna have fun.
yeah,
And I feel bad for people that work there because they hear that all day long, all night long, and they're like,
yeah,
"Just shoot me now."
yeah. Luckily, the karaoke bars don't open until, like, after I leave work, so I don't have to hear those, but
Okay,
people are spicing it up, I will say, with some more unique choices on what they're hearing on the bachelorette trips. I don't feel like the music is ever really the problem, it's more the people that are on them.
okay, I can understand that. The
Yeah.
very obnoxious tourists
We call,
ruining
uh,
Big K's hometown.
the
Or
woo
not hometown, but work town.
they're called, woo girls.
Woo girls? What?
Girls.
You're gonna have to explain this one to me.
Well, because they all scream and they go, "Woo!" So they're called
Okay,
woo girls.
they're called woo girls. Okay, well, we'll copy that one then, ma'am.
There
Copy
you go.
that.
I'm teaching you things.
You know what? Next time I go to Fredericksburg, when I hear that, I'll be like, "Honey, that's what they call a woo girl." And
Yeah.
she's gonna be like, "Yeah, okay, right on. That'll work." Hey, okay, that'll work.
So the
But
schools are out, but we're kind of getting towards the end of the summer, so it starts to slow down a little bit. We go through waves mostly during the weekdays. It's the retirement home expeditions, and then we get into the weekends. It's the bachelor and bachelorette parties. But when we start to go into more of the fall, it starts to get the college kids coming. But we're almost to the end. It's a home stretch now. We're so close.
okay, so
So,
I would say, so probably Broadway, maybe. Because I'm assuming that your place of business is off of Broadway,
mhm.
and so during the week, I guess that's gonna be like your locals. Hey, we're gonna go to so and so and whatever, and we're gonna do that. And then weekends, here comes the woo girls.
Here comes the woo girls. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Right on.
The woo
So,
girls and woo guys are starting to figure out the different places in Nashville to go that's not Broadway, though, and, that's usually where most of the locals are, so they're seeping through their designated spots.
oh man, that could be bad. That's
Yeah.
just like that's like when the tourists go off of the French Quarter in New Orleans. It's
Mhm.
like,
They're
and you
seep
see them like when you're at Cooter Brown's, and you're like, why are you here? You people don't belong here. Oh, I just said you people. I shouldn't have done that. But hey, you people, what are you people doing here?
Yeah. So, but it's good for the city, I guess. I don't know, people hate him, but it's my business, so I can't really say too much.
That
Smack
is true.
them. That's how I have
That is true.
but yes,
So
Broadway.
yes. So I would have. Okay. So this kind of going in to what you do for work for a living.
Yes.
You're working in marketing, and I want to say that you work for a couple country music performers, correct?
Yes. Kind of.
And are they the ones that own bars in off of Broadway or off of Lower Broadway?
So I work for a restaurant group that then owns a bunch of celebrity bars on Broadway, so it's a partnership situation. So it will be Morgan Wallen's, Luke Bryan's, Jason Aldean's, Miranda Lambert's, Lainey Wilson's. So big top hitters, and I work for those.
Okay, so it isn't the bar, but like, hey, I'm Lainey Wilson. This is my bar. Okay, it's actually owned by a restaurant group, and you
Correct.
do, and I guess you are like contracted through them to do the marketing.
Yes, I'm actually a graphic designer, which is like in marketing. So I pretty much paint pictures and color things in for my job, but I
Oh,
have a
that's pretty cool. So like, actually, like by hand, or do you like you through computer? Or
through a computer, yeah. I do all the menus, signage, anything you see out in the world, all comes from either me or my coworker.
that's actually pretty cool.
It's an interesting job. Keeps me on my
That is actually real. So I will say, just because I know whenever we go to Mexico, is there like two menus in Nashville, like one for the locals and then one for the tourists?
No.
No? Okay. Kinda
No.
like we went to Mexico and I was like, "Hey," like one time I guess they're like, "Hey, look at this brown fella right here. He's definitely one of us." And they gave us a menu one time. I was like, "Man, this stuff is cheap. Look how cheap this stuff is, honey." And we didn't know it. I don't know any Spanish. And they start talking to us like, "Oh, hang on, they gave me the wrong one." And they gives me this other menu that's in English and the prices are like 3 times more. And I was like, "Oh, why that's I was like, I want the El Pollo, please."
I will say that I don't think a whole lot of locals are coming to our bars and eating and hanging out, so no.
Okay.
One. Yeah.
Okay, so just the retirement home that's cruising by on Broadway on a Tuesday is what you're getting on Tuesday then.
And then the Woo Girls.
And the Woo Girls, that's the weekend though, right?
That's the weekend. Yes. They come
Okay. Okay, woo girls coming in hot on the weekends and woo guys as well. Like,
Oh,
what is like a woo guy? Is it just some dude that like just shows up and I'm going to be like it's my bachelor party and I'm gonna woo every chance I get?
yeah. I feel like they're just woo girls in male form. They're on the party buses too. They have their phones out showing that they're on the party bus, all going down Broadway. So yeah, same thing. They just wanna show everyone that they're on a party bus.
Ah, so like do the woo guys are they like some super like I'm an alpha male and I'm gonna Hulk smash, so I'm gonna go fight the next woo guy or something, or is it kind of
They're pretty mellow,
they're
um,
pretty mellow? Okay,
until they're not. I don't go
okay,
much over there. This is all during the daytime that I get to see, and
okay, okay,
yeah, this is like I'm at work seeing this. So,
okay.
it's not often that I'm out there at night. You don't
Okay, so when Big K's out floating around at night, she's or you go you go to a bar at night. It isn't to you're not on Lower Broadway to say the least.
No, if I'm on Lower Broadway, someone needs to send me home. Yeah, it's time to go.
Understood.
Yeah.
It's so easy. I know whenever we went to Nashville, it's so easy to just get stuck on a tourist trap
Oh,
of
yeah.
Broadway. Like you can't leave. Like because it has. I mean, it does have everything there,
It
but
does.
you just can't leave. You're just
No,
like, if you want something to eat, buy this restaurant there. It's like, "Okay, I wanna go here and have a beer." Okay. "Oh, I wanna go have, like, a glass of whiskey." It's all there.
all there.
It's this tourist trap that sucks you in, and before long, you've been there 3 days and you haven't even left Broadway.
Yeah, and they got street meat at night now. You know what street meat is?
I do not.
Just the vendors that are, like, cooking hot dogs outside. I call them
Oh,
street meat, because that's exactly what it is. It's street meat, and
okay.
you have that now, but I live about, like, less than 10 minutes away from where I work downtown, and when it starts to get to the weekend, the traffic at, like, midnight, it will take me an hour and a half to get home that I'm like, "Nah, I'm just gonna walk. I'll just walk home.
Wow.
Why not? Why am I sitting in that?"
Right.
Well, yeah, it's worse than I think, like, Dallas and Deep Ellum and all those places are now.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Deep Ellum has changed a whole lot. I don't know if you've been to it recently, but I know Deep Ellum has changed tons here lately, and but I will still say that Broadway is next level.
Oh, yeah. They have it down.
Yes, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Deep Ellum has a lot of stuff, but Broadway is, like, next up on the list.
Oh, yeah. It's coming in
But
hot.
oh, yeah, if you got street meat too, I mean, I'm sorry, but you just go now, you're just like, "I just want this huge hot dog wiener in my mouth," and it's just like, that is there's sometimes there's nothing else that'll just quench that thirst, you know?
That's not something that I ever have a desire for, but I'm really happy for you that you're able to satisfy that craving.
Oh, well,
But
thank you, you know? I
no.
mean, sometimes it's a hot dog, man.
Oh, a hot dog, sure. Street
Yeah,
meat?
that's what I'm talking about, the hot dog wiener. Street
No.
is that a oh, street meat's something different? Okay, I thought street meat was a hot dog vendor.
Street
Okay.
meat is correct. You were correct in your analysis of it, but I will never consume a street meat. A hot dog? Sure. That, not a hot dog from there. I want a home grilled hot dog. Not
Oh, okay. I mean, we'll just say, like, do you ever get, like when you come to Texas, do you get elotes?
Yeah,
I mean, I mean, I mean, girl, if you saw what was it, some of those elotes, you probably would be backing up it also, but I get what you're saying. Okay.
probably.
But man, oh man, just versus the elote when they were like, you want more butter? It's like, yes. You want it spicy? Yes. Yes, I do. And nothing's gonna quench that more to getting that like you just see that red sauce. And they're just like caking it up there and you're just like, God bless you, lady. Like,
Yeah. See,
I don't know your name, but I want you, here tomorrow when I see you again.
I've seen how the sausage is made with the street meat. I haven't seen it with the elotes, so I'm just gonna keep that hidden from
Good. I mean, nobody wants to see like how the sausage is made because you're just like, ugh.
exactly. Once you
And
see it,
that's why like I won't eat boudin anymore.
oh my gosh, no. No, no.
Nah, I mean, boudin was so good, but then they were like, "Yeah, look at this," and I'm like, "And now I won't eat it."
No.
And the people are like, "Oh, no, that's the ancient way with all the blood meat." I'm like, "Nope,
Mm,
nope, I'm good.
yeah,
I'm
Nicholas
good."
liked it. It's not for me.
So Nicholas is, you have misplaced Texans, and that is not Nicholas. He Nicholas belongs in a swamp somewhere in Louisiana, so he can literally eat anything that moves.
Yeah. For everyone listening who doesn't know, Nicholas Coluca is my brother, one of the cousins, many, and I are probably, I think, some of the most opposite people. Whenever I tell anyone about him, I always say we're nothing alike because it really doesn't make any sense how we came out of the same mom, same life, same growing up, and here we are. Very different.
I don't know. You guys. I think y'all are a little more similar what you give credit for, but
Are we?
eh, I mean, y'all have very similar personalities, very similar humor. So yes, I will 100% agree with that. However, I'll say as you will go and you will party on a yacht and have the time of your life, Nicholas just wants to go to a swamp and eat crawdads for like 2 weeks straight, and he'll be the happiest person you ever seen.
With his crawdad degree that he got from LSU.
Yes, actually, Nicholas, let me see here, see if I can get this pulled up correctly. He is actually, yeah, he actually majored in crawdaddery and minored in coonass. So yes, kudos to Nicholas on that one.
Jeez. Oh,
So, okay, so living in Nashville, bunch of bars, stuff like that. How many bar fights has Big K witnessed or been a part of?
I will say I think a lot of my fighting times was back in Miami. Um, and I'm trying to think of what I've witnessed here. I don't think anything has been that bad. No, nothing has been too crazy. Kind of try to leave before anything happens. And most of the time, if I'm at going out on Broadway, which is rare, I'll go to one of our bars. So I have to keep it together a little bit. It is my place of business. So I gotta, you know, rein it in a little.
You
But
can't turn down for what?
I can't turn down for what? I have to keep it level. But I will say
Okay,
back in my Miami days, I did get a little bit wilder.
okay, so Miami was turned down for what? Big K's at the bar. Some chick's like, "Hey, it's my birthday. Will you buy me a shot?" And Big K's like, "Hell no, I ain't buying you a shot. And in fact, you're buying a shot for me and all my friends." Okay, I can see that. Yeah. The hell with you and your birthday. Now your birthday's not my birthday. And then and you start squabbling, then, right?
I don't know if it was quite that exact one, but something similar to that.
Something similar to that. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, if it did happen like that, I will say that you would get a stamp of Little Rob approval, which I think I need to make an audio of a stamp. So when someone says something like that, like
Oh, yeah.
approved, Yeah, the Little Rob approval.
Well, from what I heard about Dirty Rob starting fights, and she wasn't even in them, and she just starting them outside of the
Oh, yeah, yeah, but no, we were talking about that out the boxcar
Yep.
on, yeah, on the first yes, on the yes, that was yeah, Big Al's. We're at the it's most funny, I believe we were even with our neighbors, if that memory serves me correctly, and so we're out with the neighbors, I think for the first time ever, and yes, she started that, and it was so funny because these people, they were pushing and shoving, and then I was dancing with Robin, and she just stops. She's like, "Hey, don't be a bitch, hit him." And that guy literally stops what he's doing, like, looks at Robin, looks at the guy, and a brawl just starts. I was like,
Good.
"Oh my gosh." So I go grab her, pick her, move her out of the way. There's at least, oh gosh, I wanna say it was a good probably 5 to 6 person, like, scuffle. All
Yeah.
the lights come on. Here comes the police, like, within, like, at least, like, 20, 30 seconds later. All the police are coming in, people are running, someone's baby mama's crying. It was just like, "What happened here?" And I was like, "Huh." And then Robin's mad because she's like, "I just ordered shots for everybody, and I didn't get it because they closed my tab." But
I will say there's nothing that quite beats a good fight and you just watch it play out. You're not a part of it. You just get to watch it and people watch that interaction. It will always
I will agree with that, and I will say, like, people watching in general, I
Oh,
can literally just go somewhere and just people watch,
yeah.
like, try and be as incognito as I can.
Mhm.
But you just watch some of these people and you're just like, "How have you made it this far in life?" Like, not, like, successful-wise, but you're still alive,
You're
and
so
I
right.
wanna know why.
Yeah. The people that's one of the best things about Broadway. The
You get everything,
people
right?
that you get. Some people, it's like, okay, it's just a trip to Nashville. The other people you see, this is the coolest thing they will probably ever do in their life is go to Jason Aldean's rooftop bar, and you can tell it's the coolest thing that they've ever done. And yeah, the outfits people wear, the things that people say. We also have a unfortunate, very growing homeless population, but they've gotten real creative and they have this signs that they carry around and they say like saving for a hooker, and
Okay.
it's this homeless man, he's got no shirt on. He's just walking the streets, and yeah, they got some creative ones. That one's a good one. Saving for a penis reduction is also a top hitter. Yeah,
Okay, I can see that.
they get some good looks for them. You know, if they're making a few bucks from it, good for them.
I can see that. But it's also whenever you go on vacation or you go somewhere, it almost seems like every place that you go to and there's like a major city, major street, there's so many homeless people now. And
Yeah,
I get, I'm not going to say annoyed by it, but wanna just you just wanna go somewhere and enjoy yourself
I know.
without having to worry about someone asking for money.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. A while ago, there was this man going around, and I forgot how it happened, but something he was walking around Nashville and he had to get like a part of his skull removed because his brain was swelling so much, and he's a homeless man. But he was
Jesus.
walking around without it covered and obviously terrifying people because this man's walking around perfectly fine with his brain exposed. And so, yeah, those are the kinds of things that you see here that
Well,
are.
that's
Yep.
exciting.
Yeah, it is. I luckily didn't get to see it in person. I saw it on the internet, but yeah, I didn't want to see it. I can keep
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Yeah.
That's just ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel bad. I mean, like, don't think I mean, I am not definitely saying I enjoy someone who's like, "Hey, you're homeless, whatever, don't bother me," 'cause it's no, I would hate for it to have I'm not saying I am absolutely better than anybody. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that you just go somewhere, you just kinda wish that you save up to go on vacation somewhere, and the last thing you really wanna see is, "Hey, help me, help me, help me," all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, we went
What
to
place?
Playa del Carmen, in Mexico not too long ago, and we were going down the street, and every single person has some kinda sob story or something. I was like, "Dude,
Yeah,
I'm literally just trying to go get some dinner, like,
I know.
please." But, yeah, they're like, "Hey, come buy this. This is my store. Oh, help my family." I'm like, "Oh my gosh," like, I can't help every single person, you know?
I feel ya.
Yes.
I
Yes.
feel ya.
But still incredibly sad. I'm not, saying, I wouldn't be opposed to helping anybody. I would say when I'm on vacation, that's not my
Good
top
proximity
priority.
on vacation.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But so still talking about bars, okay? We kind of hit this a little bit, but do you feel that your fellow Gen Z people don't go to bars anymore or
Um,
at a super lower percentage?
so I feel like we as a generation have kind of been more into like the craft cocktail bars. We don't go like real true clubbing like you did like back in the 2000s. And I wish that I could have been a part of that because I think I really would have enjoyed that. But no. We go to a bar, but it's like a casual bar. it's never gonna be like an actual you don't dance at the bar anymore. You just like hang out
Okay.
with friends and chat. But
Okay. Okay. Now,
I
don't get me wrong, there's some super cool craft cocktail
yeah,
bars or super cool whiskey bars, stuff like that. There's really cool, but like way that we got brought in whenever we were going when I was younger, you're 21, 22, 23 years old. To get brought to a bar, you just say, "Hey, I have cheap beer," and you're there.
yeah. I think one, like, there's no such thing as cheap beer anymore. There's no such thing as cheap things that people are like, well, if I'm gonna go out and drink, I might as well like get a nice one. Whereas I think so many people are more into like the house parties and stuff now.
Oh, okay.
If that
I
makes
could okay, that makes sense. Gotta say, so whenever I was in college, we had a deal called Thirsty Thursday at this
yeah.
bar called Rip Rocks.
Yeah.
And it was in Denton. I went to the University of North Texas, and
Mhm.
there was a bar called Rip Rocks, and on Thursday, they had a cheeseburger, fries, and a tall boy PBR, and I wanna say it was $2.50.
Wow. Yeah. Um, we had a place in Miami for Thirsty Thursday, and you could get a pitcher of beer, and I think the pitcher was $15, and that was cheap.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's like that's not cheap.
No, but there's a whole lot of stuff that is cheap anymore if you really think about it.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
mean, inflation went through the roof here recently, and there's just nothing that's gonna be like, oh, you find something that's cheap, you kinda you hold on to it. Like the other day, I was at the gas station, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go grab a beverage to have for this weekend." We're gonna go grab a six pack, and I go, and they have this brand called Garage Beer,
Okay.
and it was 12 for $13,
Oh,
and I was like, "Was it the best beer I've ever had? Absolutely not."
yeah.
But it was really light, and whenever I got done mowing, it hit the spot.
Well, that'll work.
That you d goddamn right it'll work.
It'll work.
I mean, is it a $100 bottle of wine? No. Is it a great craft beer? Absolutely not, but it was a beverage, and it went down, and I was like, "Man, that hit the spot on a 100-degree day when it just got done mowing."
That's all that matters. See, I think that's what the thing is now. Like all the bars, if you're going out to just like a regular bar, like why am I gonna pay $15 for a shitty vodka cran when I can go and make it at home? Or I can get one of those canned cocktails that they have everywhere now for anything you could possibly want and just drink at home with your friends. You know?
Oh, yeah, like those buzz balls and stuff.
There's those ones and there's all these new ones now that it's like, I think everyone just doesn't wanna go out and spend all that money.
I could see that because the the gentleman I had on before you, he's a musician, and he was talking about, like, "Hey, I we don't ever see the younger generation," and we're just kinda like, "Hey, why don't we see the younger generation
Yeah.
anymore?"
That,
So
I probably would say is a big one. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I think a lot of us are lazy. We just don't go out as much. It's not a thing. Like, we wanna stay at home. At least I know I wanna stay at home and feel old. I can't wait to get some pets so I have a reason to stay home and not feel bad about it. But I also feel like I'm one of those few people I got a bone to pick from my generation that we have this bad rap of how we don't work. I don't know what these people are doing. I don't know how you're traveling to Europe and it's February on a Tuesday because here I am going to my 9 to 5 and I'm just trying to pay rent over here. What are you guys doing? What are you doing that you're making this money that you can travel all the time? So, yeah, I talked to my friend who also has a normal work day, and we don't get it. We don't understand what these people are doing. No wonder they all hate us. I would hate us too.
oh, I just know doing my line of work for the past, 20 years, and they're like for us, like my generation, me being a millennial, I never I probably would say after I'd probably say I've hired probably 60 to 70 people only thing I can think off the top of my head is that I have hired probably less than 4 that were actually under the age of 25.
It's sad. Like, what are they teaching these kids? Are they
Right, and
teaching
I've
them?
had 2, you know, that were just absolutely great, and the others, they didn't make it longer than a week before they were like, "What do you mean I gotta be to work at time?" You know? So,
Yeah,
I was like, "Bro, it's crazy." Like, the mindset is totally like, I was embedded, like, as soon as I got a job, it was embedded in my brain that if you were late one time, if you called into work one time, if you ever did anything one time, you were getting fired and you were, like, totally shunned from absolutely everything in the world.
yeah,
Which you're a I mean, obviously, you have your 9 to 5, you do it, so you obviously have a good work ethic, but the kids now, you're like, "What the hell are you doing?" You know?
I know. I think
And
everything's just
everyone's sensitive. Everybody's sensitive.
well, yeah, everyone is sensitive. I think everyone needs to get off their phones and just, like, I don't know, go for a hike, go for a walk, see some sun. Just take a
Yes.
breather. Take a breather.
Yes, get off of your phone, like, it drives me nuts, we were at the Outback Steakhouse actually earlier today, having you know,
Did it
a
blow them
ghetto
away?
fabulous lunch, and I was looking around, and every single there was this one table that sat next to us, so kinda look, and every single person was on their phone, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Why the hell you're like, you're at a family function," like, you can obviously tell there was grandma, dad, grandkids, kids, all that stuff. Every single person was on their phones, like, if you hate each other that much, don't go to Outback, go by yourself.
I don't I don't get it. I also just don't care why people care so much. I don't care what anyone else is doing. If you're not hurting me, if you're not hurting someone else, go do whatever you want. Cause I really don't care about you. I'm too busy.
Exactly.
I got other things to worry about. And leave
Yes.
me alone. Just everyone leave me alone.
We gonna get a right on with that one there, sister, you know what I mean? That dead ass.
I just don't know why. People need to mind their own business. I say that though, but like I want to know what everyone's talking about. I love the drama. I don't want anything to do with it, but I love to know what's going on in people's business.
Oh, seeing a good Facebook meltdown, I love it.
Oh, it's great. It's
Oh, yes, like, it makes, like I don't even know who Jamal is, but fuck Jamal, like, let's hear what's going on, like, I'm emotion what I hate, though, is, like, you get so emotionally invested, like, you're in episode 4 of their
yes.
super long drama workout, and they just quit posting. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, I wanna chime in even though I'm not friends with anybody here at all. I just wanna chime in and be like, "You
What
can't just leave us hanging here." Like, "Yeah,
happened?
you can't leave us hanging." Like, I literally went and got popcorn for this as I'm reading all the comments, of this lady that has, ADD, all different daddies, and I wanna know why kid number 7 is having an issue with I'm invested now, you know?
Yes. I don't understand. People are really posting everything about themselves on the internet now. And, then Nicholas is also he hates the internet and I get it. Like, why are we telling the internet so much and you're not expecting it to go bad?
Yes.
How do you think it was gonna go?
When you put out all your dirty laundry,
Mhm.
it's not gonna go any other way.
No, it's not gonna go well.
Like,
It's
I'm on the internet, when I get on Facebook or I get on Instagram, if I post something, it's something that, like, I'm proud of, like, "Hey, look at" we went to "Hey, we went on a Fredericksburg, we climbed a Channing Rock, check out all these pictures that we did, if you haven't had a chance to look at it, that's great." Stuff like that, like, "Hey, I'm proud of I did this," or, "We did something cool," or, "Hey, check this out." But for people just to be like, "Oh, hey, insert baby mama drama number 2."
yeah,
Oh, I mean, it's so stupid, but I love it. I will
it's
sit there and
great.
I'll watch it to burn to the ground.
It's like our own reality TV that we get to just, like, pick and choose which one we get to hear next.
Oh, I know it. Now, I will use social media, so I'll use the Facebook and, like, when I'm promoting the podcast, 'cause I was like, it is kinda I think it has a lot of cool stuff to say, and so I'll promote it on that. I guess I'm posting pictures of, pay who's on the guest and stuff like I think social media can be used for a great tool,
I agree.
but people are dumb and they let it to just become some kind of platform that is not needed.
Agreed. Well, everyone just wants that instant gratification now that phones are, which is sad.
Yes.
It's sad.
Yes, it is incredibly sad. And yeah, that instant people, going through whatever they're going through. Hey, whatever, I get it. But that whole instant gratification, you get this, you watch you know, a 5, 10 second reel, and sometimes it's pretty life changing. Like, if you ever have you had a chance to see any of the Bigfoot or Yeti, or I would say even the Nissan Altima reels?
But like AI ones,
Oh yes, the AI ones.
I can't. I think it was Nicholas who sent me one of those. I I can't get into it. It's not for me. But, no. No. It's not for me.
Okay. I mean, I thought they were pretty actually life changing whenever I
Okay.
started. But me and Nicholas started sending each other the Nissan Altima reels, and you're driving in, you're driving, and all of a sudden you see a Nissan Altima on the road. You're like, oh my gosh, it's a wild Nissan Altima. They do exist, and you see it, and just ready for someone to scream dead ass at you. And as we keep on going,
I'm not gonna yuck your yum. I'm glad that you find enjoyment out of those.
thank you very much. I appreciate that. So going off of enjoyment here, okay? You
Okay.
went to the University of Miami,
I did.
and would you say that going I mean, that the beautiful place,
Yes.
would you say that Miami or say Florida in general, does it leave an imprint on you, going to school there for 4 years? Does it leave an imprint on you like, "Hey, this is kinda like who I am," as we're gonna take Nicholas here when he went to LSU with his degree in coonassery, or I'm sorry, crawdaddery. Does it leave that kinda imprint where like, "Hey, Miami is me," or like, I lived in Florida. I know who Florida man is.
Yes. I will say Miami, I don't even consider it Florida. I know it technically is, but Florida has its own can of worms. Miami, it's like separate entity almost. And I would say yes. One of the big ones, drugs are not cool. Kids, don't do them.
Right. Totally agree.
Yeah, don't do them. They're not that fun. And that's a big one for Miami that has really stayed there. I also feel like, growing up in Dallas, people are always like super kind, respectful, hospitable, all of those things. In Miami, there's not that. We don't talk to each other. We don't say hello. It's weird to smile at someone. And especially with a bunch of people being from New York, New Jersey that moved down there, everything's a lot quicker. So I feel like I really picked up that. And I don't go with a slow pace anymore. I need everyone to be quicker, faster. Don't sugarcoat it, just tell me how it is and be a little snappier. And so I feel like that's also something that's been there. But maybe that's also always been there and it just really got reinforced by being in Miami.
It brought out that part of your personality
Exactly.
whenever you're like, this is like, you see someone and you're like, "Yep, that's me now."
Mhm. You got it.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some good
I
things and
I
some
could see
bad
that.
things.
I could see that. So, yeah, that's the positive. Yes. Yeah, drugs, yeah, kids don't do. Even adults don't do drugs, that's yeah, not cool.
It's not
It
cool.
does it never ends well.
It never ends well. That's a great way to put it.
Yes, it never ends well. So, next topic, Nashville hot chicken. Are you a fan?
I am not a fan. I find it very bland, and I've had very limited, so I shouldn't be the one to be asked about it. People really love it, and I think that it's, like, just so dramatized. Like, it's not that great, and I think a lot of the places people are going, it's just like, "Okay, it's just a chain. You're just putting some hot spices on some pieces of chicken."
This
So
is like this it's literally like bland chicken
mhm.
with exploding amount of heat to it.
Yes. it's not even, like, flavorful, it's just hot. So
Yes, like, it isn't like, "Oh my god, this is like it tastes so good," but, like, when you go and get say you go to a spicy crawdad boil, and it
yes.
say it's just, like, over the top spice or heat, but it has so much flavor, you're like, "Okay, tons of flavor, little on the hot side," you know? Sometimes that happens when, you know, your cousins had a few beverages and they're like, "Hey, the last one was okay, but it's time to bring the ruckus," you know? And the ruckus was brought, and you're like, "Okay, this was too much ruckus," you know?
Yes. Maybe you know a thing or 2 about that, but I don't know.
You know, when that's another story for another day on spicy crawdad boils, right?
Yes.
But no, like, yeah, so I remember we went to Nashville and they were like, Is it Rudy's?" No, it ain't Rudy's, that's here
Is
in Dallas, I forget the
Hattie
name.
B's. Is
Do what
that the
now?
Hattie B's?
Hattie B's, that's right, yeah, we go to Hattie B's, and never had Nashville hot chicken, everyone hyped it up, and we were like, "Hey, we're gonna get hot chicken, and this is apparently the place," and we go there, looked really, pretty cool place, tourist trap place, but it looks really cool, like I said, all over the walls, and where it's like, "Okay, like, how hot do you want this hot chicken?" I'm like, "Well, are you kidding?" I'm like, I I go to seafood bowl, like, "Let's make this thing as hot as you can get it," and they're like, "Really?" I'm like, Yeah, why wouldn't I?" Like, "Make this thing hot, don't ask me questions if I want it hot or not, go ahead and make it snappy," you know?
Okay.
And I wanna say, I want I bit into it, and I lost a piece of my soul because
Yeah,
the heat
yeah.
pulled it right out of my chest.
You you felt that for days.
I for days,
Yeah,
like,
for
I
days.
even felt it when I breathed.
Yeah,
Like, it was I mean, like I said, like how we said, it wasn't, like, tasty, it was just
exactly.
straight heat. It was not even good. And, of course, I take a bite and then, you have e everyone that we were with, they're like, "Ho, ho, you ain't gonna eat it. You talked all this noise," and so then I had to eat it,
Got to.
say, "Hey," you know Mike isn't gonna back out on this, we're along for the long haul on this, but oh my gosh, it was rough.
Yeah, so if you can imagine people are, day drinking on Nashville and eating hot chicken, just that should really put into how perspective how bad it smells on the street.
Okay. I was gonna say that, but, you put it up
Oh,
there,
don't
so
worry,
yes.
I'll say it. I'll say it for you.
Okay. So, but, like, I was saying, like, but Miami, it has some really good, like, Cuban food there though, right?
They do. Yeah, there's some good Cuban spots that are there. But I feel like the food in Miami is hard. There's there's a lot of places that are just traps. Very similar
Okay,
to,
there's
like, kind
tourist
of
traps.
Dallas is with the hot spots that are just so you get there and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna spend, like, $150 per person," and it's like, "Oh, it's okay." When
Yeah, mediocre.
you go to the gas station, get tacos, and they're gonna be 10 times better. So,
Oh, man. You go to some Fuel City tacos, oh, man.
you need to get Fuel City as a sponsor on this
Dude,
because
don't put my emotions like that. I mean, I will agree with you, but you can't just be throwing my emotions like that, Big K. Like, we're talking Fuel City tacos here.
I know. I also whenever I talk about Fuel City, people are like, "There's no way that the best tacos are from a gas station." Like, "No, you don't understand."
It's a party. If you go to Fuel City on a Friday or Saturday night, you
Gosh.
are in line at least for 30 minutes, and it is a full they have a DJ outside there now.
Oh, yeah.
And
Um,
like, I wanna say we passed by oh gosh, it was the other night, and it was a packed place, but they even had a pool in the parking lot.
yeah. They
At a
know what
taco
they're
at a
doing.
gas station. They have a swimming pool in the parking lot at a gas station so you can get tacos. I
They
mean,
know what
really think about that.
hey, if you build it, they'll come.
That is right.
And they do.
Oh my gosh, that is right. So, I mean, so obviously I went to school at North Texas, and you went to school at beautiful Miami. How
Yes.
is it even possible that you could even go to class? Like, you got the beautiful beaches, you
Yes.
got the great weather. How? on earth could you even I had Fry Street, so we had a bar across the street from the language building, and that couldn't even keep me into class. Like, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's 10:45. That bar opens at 11. I'm gonna go get my, $2.50, Thirsty Thursday." Like, but you had everything. You had, like, all the good you had your Thirsty Thursdays, but you also had the beach. You had the beautiful weather. Yeah, you literally had how did you do it is what I wanna know is, like, that is just nuts.
So I kind of had an interesting college experience when it was my freshman year, second semester was in 2020. So kind of when COVID hit was when I was in school. So I didn't get to go back, obviously left in March, and then didn't get to go back until August of the following, the next
Okay,
later. But I feel like that was a big thing is like you weren't really allowed to do anything, so we just didn't do anything for a little bit. But it's the same thing, like, as you're in anywhere, you kind of just get used to the fact that you're on a beach and, like, so close to things that you forget about it, and then you leave one day, and now I'm in a landlocked state, and I'm like, "Why didn't I hang out by the water more?" So, there were definitely some times that classes were missed. Probably had nothing to do with the fact that it was nice outside, but we can say that. It was because the weather was so good instead. But yeah. I should have taken some more time and not taken it for granted now that I'm in the middle of nowhere.
I could see that, but, I could not. I mean, if I was there, there's a beach right around the corner for me, I'd be like, "Guys, yeah, it's I know where it's first semester or first class, it's 8:30 in the morning. It is too nice. I will see you guys later. You have notes online. I'll catch you later, buddy."
I think that's also, like, the school isn't that close to the beach. So, like, the good beach on South Beach is not where you wanna go. So there was, like, another beach that we could go to, but it was still, like, a 30-minute drive. So it wasn't, like, right around the corner. It was still
Okay.
a little bit of a stretch. So it was, like, just far enough that it wasn't super distracting.
Okay, so it wasn't like, "Hey, I'm gonna go walk down the street, and we're at the beach, and you guys can just go piss off."
Exactly.
So, okay, so, like, on the COVID stuff, so how hard so whenever everything opened back up, was everyone just, like, super paranoid, everybody in masks, like, we can't talk to each other type stuff in class, or was it pretty much still all online?
When we went back in school, it was kind of an in-between. A lot of it was online, but then a couple were in person, but it was just like mask and you just had to be a little bit spread apart, but it wasn't anything crazy. I will say that Miami as a city really didn't care. The school cared a lot, which like had curfews and all of that, but like the city of Miami doesn't care. They didn't really ever care about anything. So
There okay, understood. Because Florida's almost like another Texas, but they have nice beaches.
they have beaches, but they also have like weird Florida men.
Florida man, Texas thinks they have rednecks, and then they meet Florida man, and then
Yeah.
they take a back fiddle.
Yeah. You see them with the Gators and they stand back.
Yes. You get a Texas redneck. This is an alligator. They're like, "Oh, whoa, whoa, bro. We're taking a step back on that. We'll shoot that some bitch, but we definitely ain't about to wrestle it." Well, you
Yeah.
get Florida man. He don't even own a firearm anymore. He pawned that dude off 15 years ago, and he goes after that dude barehanded, and he brings it back, and well, he skins it and eats it.
Yeah. It's you have to give it to them. They're not scared of a whole lot. There's some things that you see in Florida that you don't see any other place, and so I'll give it to them. They can handle it.
Oh, you have to. You have to. I'll say even Florida man might even top Louisiana rednecks. Not by much, but he's there.
That's a that's a hard one to pick.
I mean, I'm gonna have to I guess it depends on what's if we're going South Louisiana, okay, South Louisiana's gonna win, but Florida man, that dude is he is he's the overall package because he's also could be the guy. He could he's the Florida man. He's wrestling alligators. He's a fish. He's biting fish that are biting his hook. Or they want to bite. Whatever. But he can also be the CEO of a bank, and you'll never even know it.
Yes.
That's Florida Man for you.
That's Florida Man. Mhm.
All right. So we're talking about movies for a second.
Okay.
Your generation, obviously not you. You're tough. You're big K. You got shit going on.
Mhm.
You're speaking for your generation as a whole.
Okay.
You ha- would you feel that if a movie like Tropic Thunder or Animal House came out today, do you think that it would instantly in Gen Z would be like, "Hey, instant cancel this. It world's over" type stuff?
I am probably the worst person to ask on those since I haven't seen either of those.
That you know what? I'm going to pray for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but what you might have to do when you leave here is you have to go see you need to watch Tropic Thunder.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
it's probably the most politically correct movie you could see in your life.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, it's great, and, it has good people, it got Ben Stiller, it has Robert Downey Jr., it has Tom Cruise, Jack Black. It's good stuff,
Okay.
and I mean, I'm just gonna say that Robert Downey Jr. is a dude disguised as a dude playing another dude, all in one movie,
Okay.
and this is before Iron Man, Marvel type stuff.
Okay.
Yes, definitely worth putting it on your watch list, super it is politically correct, so you might think it's a little bit boring, but yes. And then Animal House, I'm surprised you've never seen Animal House. That was a Mark Luca staple.
Really?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes,
He
when him
has
and Norman lived together,
oh,
in the house, that it was literally a miniature Animal House.
so that was before me. So
Yes.
before me, Mark. I obviously don't know before me, Mark.
Yes, we're talking, like the era of BK, before Kendall. Yes.
Before Kendall.
Yes, that's a whole other time period in its own if you really think about it, you start thinking about the '80s and early '90s, and you're like, "Yeah, that's a whole other time period compared to today."
Yeah. The Mark I know. I've only heard stories of that one.
Yes. I mean, he's a little different now. Now you see Mark and you think, "Hey, this guy is a Somalian arms dealer, and he wants me to deliver a package."
Yep. Especially with
That's the
the ponytail he's got going on now. Yep.
Oh my gosh, the pony it's a good ponytail.
Is it though?
I can't grow a ponytail.
Is it a good ponytail?
It is, Mark, if you're listening to this, it's a great ponytail. Don't give it up, man.
At this point in his life, he's not gonna do anything he doesn't wanna do. So if he wants to
That
keep
is correct.
the ponytail, he's gonna keep the ponytail.
I feel when you get to a certain point in your life, you get to like, what? I really don't have to go by anybody's rules anymore. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
I feel like he's been that for a while. Maybe
Yeah, I mean,
time.
obviously, you have, if you're married, you obviously have to answer to your spouse or whatnot, or if you certain rules, certain falls. But like in Mark's situation, if you want to grow a ponytail, well, brother, go grow you a ponytail. You're in Singapore, live life to the fullest.
Exactly.
Just, it's just, yeah.
And he does. He
I'm
lives
not gonna argue that one bit. Me and him had a few beverages at Christmas, what was it, 2 years ago now?
okay.
And I don't know if you were there, but, they had the karaoke machine, and it
Oh,
was
I
it was
was there.
exciting.
Oh, I remember. He
Yes,
he sang his heart out on "Show Them to Me."
yes, he did.
Life, and
Awkward
he
choice
was
in front of family, but
yeah,
he did it,
and
and
yeah, I don't have a whole lot more to say about that.
that would have been my first choice at a family function of "Show 'Em to Me," but he did it, and he did a great job of it.
It wasn't even his first choice because he did "Bitch Better Have My Money" first. That
That's
was
right.
the encore was that one.
Yes. Yeah, it wasn't some happy sing-along, it was I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a happy sing-along, but it isn't a sing-along you wanna do in front of family.
Correct.
Yeah.
But he did it.
He did. Yes, he did, and he did it very well.
Gotta give it to him.
Okay, so if you haven't seen movies like that, Big K, what kind of movies does a typical Gen Z person listen or watch?
Oh, I feel like I grew up on all of the, like, older ones. I was literally going through a list and I was like, "What movies are from my generation?" And Paul Blart Mall Cop came up, and I've seen that movie probably about 15 times, so that's a big hitter. There's a lot of solid things in that one.
So that'd
Um,
be like a movie that like your generation could quote back and forth.
I don't know. I don't know if they would. I feel like my generation is a lot of TV shows. Specifically, like, The Office is such a big one. Everyone can quote that back and forth.
Oh, well, The Office was such a huge show though.
Yeah, but
Yeah, The
that's a
Office was huge.
that think still resonates. People watch that all the time.
Okay. Like we had like so like my generation, being a millennial, we had like some really solid movies. Like we had Jurassic Park,
Yeah,
Happy Gilmore, The Sandlot, Pulp Fiction, the other guys. And we could actually for the most part, we could actually just quote movies back and forth to each other, and that's how we could communicate.
I think that we had a lot of those similar ones.
Okay.
Like, even though you're a couple years older than me, like, the other guys, Step Brothers, all of those same similar ones can be quoted back.
Okay. Okay. Like I mean,
Don't try me
I'm
right.
gonna probably say with like the Pulp Fiction, that would be probably before your time, like, probably knowing your era, really gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go watch Quentin Tarantino, we're gonna watch Pulp Fiction."
I'd probably say yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, I mean, I've seen that movie probably 100 times.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in my generation's probably seen it that many times.
Okay, copy that. And
Maybe
then,
like
like, the other guys, Step Brothers, you start quoting Boats and Hoes.
yeah.
I don't
Like,
know of another millennial that can't rehearse the whole lyrics, like, right off their heart right now,
exactly. So, those were big ones. I feel like we really got into the comedies
Okay,
time.
okay, that's I mean, like, I mean, I think of, like, a Gen Z, I think of, like, Despicable Me,
No,
The Minions,
I haven't
Madagascar. I
needs
mean,
okay,
don't get me wrong,
gotta
the
get
Penguins, I absolutely love the Penguins. I
yeah,
think that's the funniest stuff I've ever seen.
yeah.
But
But
I
other
will say, okay, we have to I have one more question for you.
I'm ready.
Okay, obviously, music has changed throughout the years tremendously.
Yes.
Why is dubstep so awful?
Um, I wish I could also tell you I am not a fan of dubstep, so I don't know who decided to create it. Definitely wasn't someone who was a sober thinker. Um,
Okay,
don't think that anyone who listens to it is a sober thinker. So, you know, it's horrible.
it is absolutely. I mean, I love so many types of music. I
Yeah,
will. I can't say I can listen to anything because there's certain musics that I cannot listen to. But I mean, I don't have an issue listening to classical music. And
no.
then you got, then you got all your different kinds of rock, you got your classic rock, your heavy rock, all this stuff. But I mean, I even like techno. Techno's okay.
Techno's fine.
Techno's totally fine. But you get to these dubstep kids and
Well,
you're like, are you borderline retarded? Like, this is awful.
it sounds like feedback from a speaker when it's
Yes.
not working.
Yes. And kids are like, this is jam. And I'm like, kid, this is awful. Like, you need to get your ears checked because you have some kind of disability right now.
Yeah. I don't mean this to come out wrong, but I think that we should bring back bullying. Um
I'll agree with that.
Not to the extreme, but people are weird now. And like you can be weird, but like be a normal kind of weird. Be a cool
Yes.
weird.
There needs to be some kind of pushback before people are just like, "Hey, Yeah, this is so accepting. We love little Jimmy that is going to do this and this and this and this. And you're like,
And listen to dubstep. Like, no,
yeah, you're like, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude? Like, no, that's not okay. Like, this
don't
is
listen
wrong
to
on
dubstep.
every account.
Yeah,
And you should be told that this is wrong.
yeah, I agree.
Okay. So, Big K, we got to get you on another podcast, obviously. They're going to
Obviously.
be like, they're going to be the surprise co host
Okay.
going forward. If that's okay with you, because, like, I mean, you're Big K,
Anytime. I think we'll bring such different styles to the podcast of communication with guests that it would be just great.
I agree with that. I agree. I mean, obviously, we're gonna have, we had the story of Rodney, that Ellis County's most interesting male, and you had the privilege of meeting Rodney,
I did. I should.
and so I can only imagine, we definitely have to get all this together and do a jam one time.
Yeah. And you got to get the whole rest of the family on here, do a full little family vacation episode.
Oh man, I don't. That's gonna be that's a lot of spice right there. I did get Shelby a sign for her new. She has like a new lot. Looks so cool next to her house,
It was
and it is now has been dubbed Fort Red City Limits, and there's a sign in the front of it.
perfect.
Absolutely awesome. But Kendall, on that we're gonna end this podcast. So thank you very much for stopping by, ma'am.
Thank you for having